Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Jason Deitch, and I am here with the great Dr. Dan Murphy. Dan, how are you today?
Hi, Jason. I'm great.
Outstanding. Well, it's a beautiful day here in California. I know it is where you are too. Today, I want you to share what you're going to be sharing at Life Vision Roma, which is going to be this year, November 17th and 18th in Roma. You're going to be there doing a special 3-hour pre-conference training. Would you please tell us what that's all about and why everybody needs to be there?
Well, my topic will be on the subluxation, and I am a scientist. I'm going to do the science of the subluxation. A lot of chiropractors have no idea some of the new scientific changes that are supporting the chiropractic subluxation and what are the health consequences of fixing it. I'm going to do a 100-year history, as you said. I'm going to start in 1921, and I'm going to show you studies that started to come out in 1921 and just move it forward. And I'm going to break it into a handful of categories. One of the categories is going to be how mechanoreceptors, the nerves that register the way we live, exist, function in a gravity environment, how those mechanoreceptors dovetail into the autonomic nervous systems, particularly the sympathetic system, and then all of the things that those control and the data, the studies that support that control. It's really fascinating. It's the most fascinating thing in chiropractic. I'm going to branch off of that, and I'm going to show new studies about, particularly out of the UK group out of Leeds University, where they're showing how mechanical integrity of the upper cervical spine makes an incredible communication with the parasympathetic nervous system and how that controls the viscera. It's some of the more exciting things that I've seen. I'll present studies from 2007, 2010, and 2014 that are truly over the top. I'm then going to show some of the brand new stuff, the things I'm seeing in the media, like on ESPN, the sports channel. I'm going to show them about how when there is a subluxation between the atlas and the occiput, how it interferes with the flow of cerebral spinal fluid and how that causes a backup of fluid and it puts pressure on all kinds of things in the brain and brainstem and how that alters physiology. And not just that, but then how changing that, in fact, changes all kinds of symptomology in the head, things that are traditionally attributed to traumatic brain injury and chronic traumatic encephalopathy and some of the other neurodegenerative disorders, which is a really big deal. As of 2 weeks ago, when that study came out, JAMA talking about chronic traumatic encephalopathy. So it's really a big topic right now. And then lastly, I'm going to show what I think is potentially the future chiropractic. And if you look at, for example, the metaphor of traumatic brain injury, that stuff on chronic traumatic encephalopathy from playing football started really with one study from the journal Neurosurgery back in 2005. That one study just involved one person, one player. And the author said, we've got to do better. We need a better study. Well, that better study came out 2 weeks ago, and it involved over 200 people, and it's an incredible study. Well, this year, 2017, a brand new study came out looking at the length of the telomere, which is the best measure of biological age, coming out of UC San Francisco, got the Nobel Prize in 2009, UC San Francisco, Elizabeth Blackburn. And if you look at this one study on chiropractic, it's an incredible study because it's showing that chiropractic can change the length of the telomere in a single case study. If they parlay this into a bigger study, it could change chiropractic forever because there'd be evidence that chiropractic is altering the expression of genes and the genome, and that we have direct evidence that there are changes in longevity biomarkers as a consequence of getting under chiropractic care and in controlling the way we live, exist, and function in gravity, the subluxation, and when we treat it and how it changes health and physiology.
I love it. And there's a huge emphasis in today's day and age and in the days and months, years to come about the emphasis of science. You bringing that information to our profession. Just briefly, what are the implications for people that have historically attended your events, understood the importance of the science and what that does for their confidence level, their certainty level, and the impact that has on their practice?
Well, when I get emails on it pretty regularly, and what I'm seeing chiropractors are telling me is that their presentations to their patients and other healthcare professionals and politicians, etc., their presentations are so much more clear that because they really own the information. It's so much stronger in their own mind as to exactly what we're doing. For decades, chiropractors were telling people that what we did was we unpinched nerves. And even though we do deal with compressive neuropathology, what we do is so much greater than that. And when there's no evidence of compressive neuropathology, why would anyone go to a chiropractor? Why would anyone go to a chiropractor without a pain syndrome? And there's lots of reasons for it. It's to push out this information and not only show the actual studies, but show how it can be integrated into a drawing. My college class is a drawing class. This is a drawing that I just completed. I don't know if you guys can see it at all. But I can take any part of all of this and draw it. And that's what I think makes it an incredible communication skill, because once you draw, you're doing multimodal improvement into the brain. Once you can draw it, you're running both the visual pathway and the auditory pathway. You're talking it and they're seeing it. The result is chiropractors become the best communicators, and it really makes a difference. People email me literally every day saying, we are so much better at understanding and explaining what we're doing as chiropractors.
I love it. I love it. I don't know what else to say except for make sure you get to Life Roma. It's going to be this November 17th and 18th in Rome, Italy. It's a must attend. A lot of other great presenters. Dr. Dan Murphy is going to be doing 3 hours on Thursday and another presentation on Friday. You got to be there. Dan, thanks so much for being here and sharing what you're going to be sharing in Rome. Everyone, go ahead and register at the links you see with this video. We'll see you in Roma, Italy.